Hey, church, Pastor Bob here, and as we begin a new week, certainly want to thank everybody. We had a phenomenal Easter service as we celebrate the resurrection of Christ. And as we move into this week, I just want to share with you a thought. One of my favorite Easter stories, in fact, found in Luke chapter 24. And it's a story about Jesus coming alongside two guys, or two folks as they're making their way to Emmaus. And as they're walking along, what's interesting is they're discouraged, they're disappointed, disillusioned, in fact. And Jesus comes up and asks them, "Hey, fellas, what's going on?" And they ask him a question. What's interesting, they say, "Are you the only one that doesn't know what's going on?" And he says, "Like what things? What are you talking about?" It would be the equivalent of somebody today with all this coronavirus stuff going on, and you had a conversation with somebody and you were talking about the coronavirus, and they said, "What virus? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about." It's as if Jesus is wanting to engage them in this conversation and hear kind of where they are. And here's what I want you to do, church. I want you to join with me in praying as we look to connect with some folks who watched our service yesterday, some opportunities we have to follow up and connect with people, and pray that Jesus will come alongside folks as they're going through their day-to-day life this week, and that they'll begin to experience an encounter with Christ as he brings to mind some of the things we talked about. And then also for all of us too, I want to challenge you, as we talked about yesterday, the angel said things happened just as he told you. And church, we need to recommit ourselves to being in the Word. As Jesus walks alongside these two on the road to Emmaus, he begins to share with them the Scripture. He begins to help them to understand and remind them of what is taught about him in the Scripture, that he must suffer and die in order for God's plan to be carried out. And so may we recommit ourselves as we come out of this Easter season to be in the Word, that we will understand what Jesus wants to teach us as we learn from him and walk with him. Join with me in praying for a mighty move of God this week as we reach out and seek to connect with people. May God bless you, and we'll see you online.